Is it working? Hi. Good morning. This is going to be video 852. If you saw my last video, I smell just like my grandmother and I love it. My grandma, my dad's mom. I love my grandma. When I was younger, my grandma and I were very close. And I could still hear her voice. If I did something wrong, she'd be, Robert, what are you doing? Like, okay, so obviously the Pavlovian conditioning worked. But anyway, yeah, why am I dressed up? I don't normally get dressed up. Okay. And normally I would say this is not an attempt at self-aggrandizement, but this video is, okay? Um, no, I just wanted to get dressed up today. And I used to do that before I transitioned, every so often I would just get dressed up. I mean, out of the blue, I would wear a business suit, a tie, some nice shoes. Wasn't doing the makeup thing back then, wasn't who I am today. Well, I was who I was today. I just was not allowing the inner me to come out. But anyway, so this is totally ego driven. But what I want to do today is I'm dressed up and I want to show off that I'm dressed up. Okay? So this is totally like me being woo. Okay, so I'm going to show you here. Look at what I'm doing. Not only am I wearing like a dress, okay, which this is the only dress that I own, okay? I'm a one dress lady for the moment. Maybe in a couple of years I'll get a second one. But look, so I have to look. There's the camera. But I'm wearing some Mary Jane's, okay? Um, Mary Jane shoes, and I'm actually wearing pantyhose. Um, actually full. Put this back so I can see my pretty face. Oh, a face only a mother could love. Um, what was I saying? I don't normally. I mean, I wore pantyhose like the first year, maybe that I transitioned, and then I was like, this is a pain in the ass. And I think that really made me part of the woman sorority. I was like, pantyhose fucking sucks. If you're gonna do it you gotta go to the bathroom and you gotta put it down and then you put it back up. Anyway, so then I switched to knee highs, but it turns out that my knees, well, my knees and my highs, my calves are too friggin' big for knee highs. So then I had to wear thigh highs. And so that really worked out for me. They're like knee highs, but they go above your knee to your thighs, which I guess makes sense. Have a little bit of elastic at the top, which I guess used to be like a garter belt. Um, and that was a lot more practical because number one, it kept the heat down. But you could go to the bathroom, drop your panties, and you didn't have to like roll down and then pee and poo or whatever and wipe it and then roll back up. So anyway, so yeah, not something I do every day. I don't get dressed up a whole hell of a lot. But I'm even wearing like dangly earrings. I don't do that either. So back to the other, just occasionally, just for difference. And while this is totally going to be an ego, look at me, yeah, type thing, as much as you look at the sunrise as you go to work. I just think it's fun so you play dress up. I mean, really, that's what it is. Just playing dress up. Girls play dress up every so often. They imagine they're a princess or, um, I don't know, like wear my hat. Ta-da! How about that? Isn't that cute? Well, maybe not. Anyway, it's all real. It's all real, and that's one thing that. Oh, I could wear that. This might be a little too over the top, but it does kind of match the doesn't it? I can't see. Sorry, I am blind. Okay, now I can see. What the fuck? I'm gonna wear it. It's my mom. Okay, this going back to my grandma again. My grandma's funeral. Okay. Oh dear. My grandma's funeral. Sorry, I'm looking here, but I need to look over here. And my my grandma's funeral was the last time that I think I mentioned my dad's side because it was my dad's mom who passed, grandma. It was the last time they saw me. And that probably is the image that who's ever left alive because they don't talk to me. I know they're alive though. I occasionally get a Facebook picture from my beautiful niece and her lovely two children. Um, where was I going with this? But that was the last time they saw Robert alive. And you and I both know that that's not, that person doesn't exist anymore. They probably didn't exist to begin with. They were probably just like a fake person or something. But, oh, I forgot where I was going with this. But anyway, that was the last time. And it's going to be weird when my dad does pass. And, assuming he has a funeral, and assuming, and this is a big assumption, that there's like going to be a will reading. I can only imagine walking into that room and the mental picture of me is a 20-year-old young man person, and in comes you know this delicate flower, this this old bloomed flower. But where is me gardener? Am I not a flower who needs attention and loving? Oh, where's my bee to pollinate? That's why you have sex wearing fuzzy socks. But anyway, so we're gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna have fun, and I'm gonna play. We were talking again. We're back to the idea of playing dress up. Um, just sometimes do it would be my thing to you, even if it's just around the house. You know, if you're a lady and you aspire to be a young lady, yeah, get dressed up, even for nobody, just for yourself. And if you aspire to be a dashing young daring do um, fella, yeah, wear a tie, wear a suit, get dressed up, and or anywhere in between, just out of the blue. It'll especially throw your coworkers off. Um, but it's worth doing, just for variety's sake. You know what I mean? Um, all too often we just get in this rut, and um, ho hum. It's like um, a lot of my life before I transitioned was any scene from Metropolis, the black black and white movie where the 40 guys are in a row and they're walking, going to work, at work, walking home. That was my life. I was on autopilot. And so it's nice to just mess it up every once in a while and be different. And who knows, you might get asked a question like, "Oh, are you going to a funeral?" or something like that. But anyway, hmm. Something else said something too, and then I'll shut up. It's me. That's my phrase, right? And then I'll shut up. Oh, damn it! I forgot. That's also that's also another phrase. Um, Give me a minute. It'll come. talking about work. Well, I can't remember. So we're just going to assume that whatever that was has been communicated to the ether. Um, oh, it's like right on the tip of my tongue. It was to love yourself, to love yourself. Um, oh, that was it. That was it. That was it. Sorry. Thank you. Pardon me. Thank you for your help. You were thinking, Karen, please remember what you were doing. And now I fucking forgot again. Damn it. It was about loving yourself. Oh, sorry. Let me finish for. I mean, no more to do. Um, if you're like me, I won't go into that accent either. I spent 35, 40, 45 years hating who I was. And I think someone who maybe has that same experience, who they hate themselves and they hate looking in a mirror and they hate all these other things. Man, when you get to the point that you love yourself and you appreciate yourself, that is probably one of the big reasons why we do transition. And um, it may seem like self promotion or self aggrandizement, and you can definitely take it too far. But the other people in the world, they don't have that, you know? They may not have like been a fan necessarily of who they were and how they were built, but they never had to deal with avoiding mirrors or reflective surface. I mean, I can remember windows where I used to work in the other Humana building. The outside of it was covered in these reflective windows, like to bounce the sun off, kind of like mirrored sunglasses. And I just I could not look at myself because I hated myself so much. And that sounds crazy compared to, remember Julie Tenuta? Ooh! Um, you know, the crazy person that I am today. And I don't know, sometimes you just gotta do something a little different. Um, Someone else said something too about, are you gonna cut your hair soon? It's like, no, dear. No, dear. I don't know how long it's gonna get. At some point, your hair will, the weight of it will actually break it out, or when you stick your finger in your hair. And so I don't know. This is definitely the longest it's ever been. Um, my hair was a buzz cut when I was younger. And then when I was in Boy Scouts, it was also a buzz cut. And then my time in the Air Force was also a buzz cut. And my early adult life, I had a buzz cut. So this is like all new to me. And it'll when it happens, it happens. One day I'll be like, oh, my hair keeps wrapping around my ankles. I guess I better get it cut. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think at that point I'll be a braider. I will braid my hair, and I think that will be beautiful. And again, so love yourself, loving oneself, self expression, all these things, you know. Those things I think some people take for granted. And then, I don't know, maybe we have an advantage in old age. This is a stretch, but younger folk they feel like they're going to be that way for this is going to be really ageist, but they feel like they're peaking at 30 maybe, and someday their bodies are going to start to break down. I don't know if your body's starting to break down. My body's kind of like a used car. One day I started and something don't work right, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I can live with that. And I think we might be at a bit of an advantage because number one, we're so happy with what we have. I mean, we want. I know I want more. I would like to look a little more feminine. I'd like to have bigger boobs. Um, but we appreciate what we've how far we've come. You know, it's not to say we're happy necessarily with what we have, but we appreciate what little we can get and how long we have left to live. And I think that might give us a bit of a leg up um, against people who maybe, you know, peaked, for lack of a better word, in their 20s and 30s. I don't know. Um, I definitely have encountered the D&D group that I'm in right now. I'm the oldest by like 30 years, and there definitely is some ageism. Um, and I'm like, someday I hope to meet Mr. Right, and you know, do I look at older men the way the younger men look at me as being older? Make any sense? I don't know. Anyway, it's early, so I'm going to go to work and be the beautiful floral princess. I got lots of flowers on my dress, and I'm going to wear this in my hair and look really goofy. And hopefully, I might bring a smile to somebody's face, and they might say, "Oh my gosh, what is she doing? That goofy old lady." And that's fun. I can live with that. Hey, being an old lady that may be old, but it's got the word lady in it, and I'll take it. Okay? All right, on that note, I wish you the best of luck in becoming your authentic self as you define it, as little or as much goofiness as you want to introduce into your life. It probably will happen regardless, but I hope you enjoy who you are and where you're going and what might be around the corner. You just don't know. All right, till next time. Bye.